Hello everyone, in this tutorial I will discuss NumPy in Python. So what is NumPy? So NumPy is Python library that we will use for working with arrays. So it is a Python library used for working with arrays, and it has also functions for working in domain of linear algebra, Fourier transform and matrices. And why we should use NumPy? Because we have discussed list in Python, and list serve the purpose of arrays, but they are very slow. On the other hand, NumPy provides array object that is up to 50 times faster than the traditional Python list. So we will discuss NumPy in this tutorial. And why NumPy faster than list? Because as you know that in array the elements are stored at continuous places in memory, but in case of list the values are stored in are not stored in continuous place. So NumPy arrays are stored at continuous place in memory. So NumPy arrays are stored at one continuous place in the memory, are stored at one continuous place in the memory. Okay, so in this tutorial I will discuss NumPy, how you can use NumPy. So let's start. For using the NumPy, you will import a package in NumPy. So import the package NumPy. So import NumPy as np. And how you can create a NumPy array? You will simply use np dot array, and here you will pass the values. For example, array has value 1 2 3 4 5, and if you print array, and let me show you the output. You can see the output is array 1 2 3 4 and 5. And if you want to print particular values, for example a0 and a1, you will simply write a0 comma a1, and you can see the output 1 comma 2. The array has been created. And if you want to use a0, this, okay, just wait, a0 and this, and let me show you the output. It will show you from 0 index to all the values. And if you write like this, a2, and it will show you the value from second index. So this is the 0 index, 1 index, 2 index, 3 index and 4 index, and a2 colon, it will show you the values from second index to the end of the array. And if you write a1 colon 3, okay, it will show you the value. See, a1 means first index to first index and then second index. It means up to the third index. So only these two values will be printed. From one index to it, here 3 means up to this value. It will not include this value. Only these two values will be printed. And if you write like this, a1 minus 1, what it show you? So this is, let me show you the array again. So this is the array, and if you write a1 minus 1, and you can see it will start from one index and up to here -1 means to from last values to -1 up to this value. And if you write a1 -2, and you can see 2 3 -2 means there are total 5 values and up to 3 values only. -2 means it will start from 1 index to -2. So it's very simple. So let's create another NumPy array. So b equals to np dot array, and this time I will give some 0, -0.5, 1, 1.5 and 2, and let's print this b. So you can see this array, and if I print b and 0, 3, -1, it means it will print 0 index, that is this value 0, third index, that is this value 0, 1, 2, 3, this value, and -1 means from the last, this value. So in the output it will what's the problem here, 0, 3. Okay, fine. And if you want to give values like this, then you will use double square brackets. Okay, fine. So 0, 3, -1 means 0 index, third index and -1 index. And similarly you can print the data type of the array. For that you will use .d types. So it is of integer type. A.d type is of integer type because I have used only integer values in that. And if I print the data type of b, so b.d type, and if I run this, and it will show you the data type as float, because this b array has float values as well. So it's very simple. And now I will discuss multi-dimensional array in multi-dimensional arrays in NumPy. So let's discuss. For multi-dimensional array, for example, m is the name of the array, and np.array, you will use np.array, and then parentheses and then square brackets. Okay, and you will provide the value of first row, and then comma value of second row. So this way you can create a two-dimensional array. And if I print m, let me show you the output, and it will show you the two-dimensional array. As you can see, it has 3 columns and 2 rows. So this way you can create multi-dimensional array in NumPy. It's very simple. And if you if you want to see the number of rows and columns in a multi-dimensional array, so you will use m.shape. So what m.shape? M is the name of the multi-dimensional array. It is .shape return the number of, it will return number of rows and columns. So m.shape, and if you run this cell, fine, it will show you there are 2 rows and 3 columns. As you can see from the array, there are 2 rows and 3 columns. So .shape return the number of rows and columns. And if you want to print the number of dimensions this array has, you will use name of the array m dot n dim. So m dot n dimension returns the number of dimensions. So there are two dimensions. It is a two-dimensional array. There are 2 rows and 3 columns. And if you want to print the total size of the array, so total size of array, you will use m dot size. So you will use m dot size, and if you run this cell, you can see the number of total size of array means what? The number of elements in array. The number of elements are 6, so m dot size returns the value 6. So it's very simple. So let's create a 3-dimensional array. So 3-dimensional array. So far I have created a 2-dimensional array. For creating a 3-dimensional array, it's very simple. What you will use, suppose name of the 3-dimensional array is t, and you use np dot array and this, okay, and here you will use like this. So this will, and here you will use, let's say this is the first row and it is the second row, okay, fine, and another value again first row 1 4 6, and again second row, let's say 2 8 and 1. So this is the 3-dimensional array, and if you print this array t, you can see the output. It is a 3-dimensional array. And if you want to see the shape of the array, t dot shape, okay, so it is the 3rd dimension. There are 2 dimensions, and in each we have 2 rows and 3 columns. So 2 rows and 3 columns, and there are total, in the 3rd dimension there are 2 values, one value this one, second value this one, and in each dimension we have 2 rows and 3 columns. So this way you can print the shape of the array. And if you want to print the size of the array, you can simply write t dot size, and there are 12 values, so t dot size prints the number of values I have already discussed. And if you want to print the number of dimensions, t dot ndim, and there are 3 dimensions in this np array, you can see. So next I will discuss indexing and slicing in the np in the 2-dimensional array. So let's discuss. So let's create another array. So np dot array, and let's create a 2-dimensional array. So 3 5 7 first row, and 2 6 8 second row, and let's 11 4 15. Okay, so let's print s, and you can see it is a 2-dimensional array, 3 rows and 3 columns. And what if I print s1? And if I print s1, it will print entire row. So this is the 0, this is the 0 index, this is the 1 index, this is the 0 index, 0 1 and 2 index. And if I print s1, it will return me the second row. And if I write s1 and again 1, it will print the second element of the second row, because here index starts from 0. So S11 will give me 6. S11 will give me 6. Fine, it's very simple. And you can also write like this, S11, and it will give me 6. So there are two ways of writing. Either you can use two square brackets, or you can write like this. Very simple. And what if I write S from 0 index to this, and it will give me the first two rows. So this is the first row, second row, from 0 to 2. Remember, when I write like this, it does not include this index. So it will only include 0 index and 1 index. So it will print entire row 0 and 1. And what if I want to print, let me write first so you will understand it better. So every row and column up to 2. If I want to print every row, and as you can see there are 3 columns, but I don't want 3 columns, I want columns up to 2 only, then what I will write, see, every row, and in the every row up to column 2 I write like this. And if I run this, you can see every row and only 2 columns up to column 2. It's very simple. And what if I want to change the value of this NumPy array? For example, if I want to change, and let me print the entire array first, okay. And if I want to change the entire row, for example, if I want to change this entire row 268, then what I will use, I will write S1, because this is the here 1 means second row, np.array, and here I will give a new values 33, 55, and you can write any value. And if I print S again, you can see the difference. So entire first row has been changed. If I write like this, S1 np.array, entire row has been changed. And what if I write like this? What if I assign S2 to, let's say, 55, okay. And if I run this, and if I print this, and you can see every value has been changed. If I write 99 and click run, every value of the, here S2 means third row, every value has been changed. So this way you can use index in slicing. You can change the value of the NP array. So this way you can use NP array. So this is the basics of NP array. In the next lecture, I will discuss some operations on NP array, and I will discuss how you can use statistics on the NP array. Thank you for watching.